Kiran, what made you, or in a sense, tell everybody a little bit about what got you interested in murals, visual art, street art. Can you share that a little bit with everybody?
So back in 2009 or
Yeah.
8, so I was very much into the skateboarding scene. So watched a lot of X Games, tried skateboarding and all of that. And that was my introduction into like what graffiti was, because
Yeah.
you had like decks that were like really decked out with like graffiti letters and everything. So from that point on, I started researching about like what graffiti is, and found it so fascinating because it's something that I had not known before,
Yeah.
and something very different to what I was doing. So back in those days, I was like trying out different letters. I was like doing, I was tagging, I was like stickering and all of that. But then again, I never took it as like the main thing that I'll end up doing, because like the established art scene had created a mentality within myself that I needed to be a art practitioner with a studio space and exhibiting and all of that. So I kept doing that, but then again, I was doing uh, graffiti at the same time.
Yeah.
So there was an interesting point in my life when, in 2000, probably 9 or 10, I had a lot of like collections of like drawings and all of that. So the only understanding of gallery that I had was in Tamil. So you had like a lot of shops like selling art, and that was my understanding of gallery spaces. So what I did was I had this collection of drawings. I went to these people and I said that I want to show my work. So
Yeah.
like, would you put it up? Or like, they were saying like, we sell it, and like, okay, sell it. I don't really care, but I really want to put it up. And all of them rejected me, saying that we don't want to show your work. We have people
Yeah.
doing it
Yeah. Yeah.
already. And that was a very interesting point for me, because here I was trying to show my art out there, and these people were not giving me space. And the interesting thing happened was I was researching about graffiti and street art and realized that it made sense to just do it on the street, because I don't need permission to show my work in that
Yeah.
way. So from that point on, I just like started painting on the walls back
Uh,
then.
where did you start? Do you remember the first wall?
The the decent piece that I did, I think, was like Lobby Mall. You had
Yeah.
the sky bridge across it.
Yeah.
So that was my spot where I would do experiment a lot of things. So went there with a couple of spray paints and like markers, tried to mix the things together, tried stenciling a lot of things on that spot. So that space is still very interesting to me in a way.
And that's home for you.
This program is brought to you by Vyas Studios.
Thank you very much for supporting the podcast so far. And if you want to see more content, more shows, then make sure that you subscribe to our channel.